Morning everyone, I am Radharani. I am a student in Computer Science and Engineering in D section in Srinivasa Ramanujan Institute of Technology. Now I am going to do a video presentation in English on the topic of affixation. Let us know about affixation briefly. Affixation is the morphological process of adding a bound morpheme and affix to a word stem to form a new word. Affixation means adding a prefix or suffix to a base word to change its meaning or to make a new word. It is the most common way languages that create new vocabulary. It changes either of the meaning of the word or grammatical function like noun to verb to adverb. Think we do puzzles right, we insert them one by one. Like that we add either prefix or suffix to a root word. Root versus stem versus base. Root word. A root word is the original word without any extra parts. Base word. It is a word that can stand alone and has meaning by itself. Stem word. It is the part of a word that remains after the affixes. Here is the picture showing root versus stem versus base. So you can see that you can get an idea. Types of affixes. There are three types of affixes are there: prefixes, suffixes and infixes. Prefixes are added to the beginning of a word. Example like undo. Suffixes are added to the end of a word. Walking. Infixes inserted inside a root. These are inserted inside a root. It is rare in English. Prefixes are placed before the root. They typically change the meaning of the word, but usually not its parts of speech. But sometimes it can change its parts of speech also. Some examples for prefixes: re means again. Re plus write becomes rewrite. Another word. Pre plus view becomes preview. And miss plus understand becomes misunderstand. Another examples are also there like automatic, autograph, automobiles. Auto means self. Interview, interstate, international. Inter means between. So these are all the examples for prefixes. Suffixes. Suffixes are placed after the root. They often change the parts of speech or grammatical function of the word. Examples for suffixes are: teach is a verb. When you add er to teach, it becomes teacher. Kind is adjective. When you add NESS to kind, it becomes kindness. Quick plus ly becomes quickly. Another examples for suffixes are: age means action or process. Drainage, orphanage, like that. As means pertaining to, fictional, regional and musical. Wise means in relation to, otherwise, likewise, clockwise. Meant means condition, argument, achievement, encouragement. Infixes. An infix is inserted into the middle of a root. Sulat. It means right. When you it infix is sumulat, root, root. Circumfixes. An affix with two parts that surround the root. In German, spile means play. When you add g spiled, it means played. It is rare in English. Derivational morphology. Derivational affixes create new words with new meanings. They often change the grammatical category. Example: happy is adjective. When you add an prefix un, it becomes unhappy and its meaning is changed. Another example is compute. It is verb. When you add er to it becomes computer. It is noun and its meaning and category is changed. Root plus derivational affix becomes new word. Inflectional morphology. Inflectional affixes do not create new words. They modify the existing word to express grammatical categories like tense, number, or case. They never change the parts of speech. There are only 8 inflectional suffixes in English. Noun. When you add noun to s to noun, it becomes plural, and apostrophe s, it becomes possessive. Verb. For verb, when you add ed, it becomes past. When you add ing, it becomes progressive or continuous. When you add s to a verb, it becomes third person. When you add er to adjective, it becomes a comparative word. When you add est, it becomes superlative word. Derivational versus inflectional. In derivational, it creates new words, but in inflectional, it creates grammatical modification only. its parts of speech is changed in derivational and no parts of speech is changed in inflectional. Its position is closer to root in derivational, but its outside derivational affixes in inflectional. Its productivity is limited or irregular in derivational. Its productivity is highly productive or regular in inflectional. Morphological trees. Linguists use tree diagrams to visualize the hierarchical structure of an affixation. For the word unhappiness, start with root happy, its adjective. Add suffix. When you add NESS, it becomes happiness, it is a noun. And prefix, when you add un to happiness noun, it becomes only noun. Global perspective. Languages like Turkish or Swahili string many affixes together. Example, when you add Evler imizdi, is it becomes in our houses. Fusional languages. Languages like Spanish or Latin where one affix carries multiple meaning. Hablo. It indicates first person, singular or present tense. It also indicates mood all at once. Common English prefixes. Prefixes anti means against. Some examples for this anti is antibiotic, antivirus, and de means reverse or remove. For example, debug, deactive. Inter meaning is between. Examples are interface, internet, and multi means many. Some examples for this are multi-reader, multimedia, and non for means it is not, like example non-linear, non-blocking. Common English suffixes. Suffixes are common English suffixes. Suffix is able or able, it is adjective. Some examples for these are scape, scalable, compatible. And ice suffix, it means to make and it is a verb. Some examples for this also initialize, optimize. TION or SION, it means process or state. It is a noun. Encryption and compression are examples for this. ITY is a noun. Its meaning is quality. Connectivity, integrity is are examples for this. LESS is adjective. Its meaning is without. Wireless, serverless are examples for less. Why it matters? For vocabulary expansion. Affixation is the primary tool for neologism, new words. In computer science, we constantly coin terms using affixes. Microprocessors, cybersecurity, debugging. Understanding these blocks helps in decoding complex technical terminology. The power of word meanings. Knowing a word's definition affects comprehension and word recognition. If a word is decoded but the meaning isn't recognized, then comprehension may suffer. Cultivate word consciousness. Communication and appreciation and love for words by emphasizing the learning of new words, using elaborate language, and drawing attention to specific words and their meanings. Teach vocabulary directly or indirectly. Direct vocabulary instruction means providing explicit instruction, like identifying new words. Indirect instruction includes reading all aloud and reading variety of text on various topics. All children needs both type of instructions. It's a quick quiz. Let's do that. Spot the affix. Affixes are small parts added to a word to change its meaning. They cannot stand alone, but when we attach them to another word, we get a new word with a new meaning. Affixes are two main types, prefixes and suffixes. Prefix. A prefix is added before a word. It changes the meaning from the beginning. For example, un plus happy, unhappy, which means not happy. Re plus write, rewrite, which means write again. Miss plus use, misuse, which means use wrongly. So prefixes help us change the meaning of a word easily. Suffixes. Suffixes is added after a word that it changes the word from the end and sometimes even change the types of the word. For example, teach plus ear, teacher, meaning a person who teaches. Kind plus ness. It is a quick quiz. Let's do that. Spot the affix. Unbelievable. In this, prefix is un and suffix is able and root word is believe. programmer, suffix is year, root is program. It is derivational. Debugging. In debugging, prefix is D and suffix is ing. Root is bug. Summary. Affixation is adding bound morphemes to a stem. Prefixes go before, suffixes go after. That means prefixes are added to a first of the word and suffixes are added to the end of the word. Derivational affix makes new words. Inflectional affixes change grammar. It is a systematic way to build and understand vocabulary, crucial for technical fields like CSE for understanding terminology. Thank you for watching my presentation. I hope you found it useful.